So T, did you hear? It's National Hobbit Day.
Really? What does that entail?
I have
does
absolutely no
know?
idea, but supposedly our coworker Sam is really excited about it.
That doesn't surprise me. I wonder if he's gonna celebrate.
He's mentioned it approximately about 157 times already this morning.
157?
Yeah. So it must be a pretty big deal.
It's more like 200 times, but that's
probably.
Neither nor there.
Are there any Lord of the Rings fans out there that can join Sam on celebrating National Hobbit Day today? If so, meet him at Rookies at 5:30 for some Hobbit celebration.
You can find out about whatever it is that the Hobbit means to you and to him, and comment below if you're a Hobbit fan or Lord of the Rings fan, and we'll see if you can out-Hobbit Sam.
Probably not.
Probably.
Okay, so this is KMS 10 at 10, not a National Hobbit gathering group. We do digital marketing updates every week here at 10 a.m. live on Facebook for you guys. Like I said in the past, we do the research during the week and come to you guys with what we find for updates and new features in the ever-changing world of digital marketing. And you guys just sit back and watch and learn. I'm Ashley Adding.
I'm Tabari Ruffin, but everybody just calls me T for short.
And today I'm talking about Twitter and their new 140-character change for their tweets, and Facebook Messenger. They have 2 new features.
And we have a mobile marketing event coming up, so I decided to keep my 2 topics kind of related to that. So I'll be telling you about the update to Google's call tracking features, and then also Google released a survey this week that said that the mobile search is on the rise. But I'll give you more information about that a little bit later.
Yeah, and like T said, we do have a mobile event coming up next week. For those of you that are signed up, you'll get to look forward to these really cool app cookies that are going to be at the event, so get excited for that, and some mobile knowledge. That'll be next week. And also another important news, we do have a Snapchat account. It is KeyMedia. So if you want to watch little office shenanigans and other digital marketing knowledge, you'll find that there. So if you just can't get enough of us, join us on Snapchat.
You won't regret it.
Cool.
But speaking of the mobile marketing event, I'm going to roll right into my first topic, and that's Google updated the process for its call tracking features, and now they made it just a little bit easier for you to track those calls to your businesses. So how it works is Google automatically, dynamically generates a phone number for you, and then that phone number, people click the call, and then Google tracks all the information on the back end of it. Before, the information you can get was pretty limited, like you only get how long the call was. But now, with this new update, you are able to track the keywords, ads, ad groups, and campaigns. So if you're running a mobile marketing campaign and somebody clicks that number and they calls, you can see what keywords they use in the search, what triggered your ad to show, information like that to help you optimize and have better performance with your campaign. But while you're here, drop a comment in the box below if you're using Google Call Tracking, if you didn't know about the update but now you're interested about it. It's going to really change how you optimize your mobile campaigns going forward.
Sorry.
It's all right, Ashley.
So anyways, our next topic is Twitter. They just released the update to their characters. I know for the last couple of months, year or so, they were talking about changing the limits on the characters. For a while there, they talked about going to, I think, like 1,000 characters, and people freaked out. They're like, this is supposed to be statuses and not blog posts, and kind of freaked out about that. And then they talked a little bit about extending the 140 characters to allow such as like links and images and videos to not count to the 140 characters. So they just released that update this week on Monday, if you've noticed. It doesn't take into account all those little things, but it does not count anymore for images, videos, and polls. So those few things, you can still only include 4 photos, up to 4 photos, 1 GIF, or 1 video, so that didn't change. But the character count does not count to that 140 characters anymore. So you have a little more room to be a little more creative. The one thing for marketers, though, is that if you're promoting a tweet, you do not get that extension unless there's one way around it. If you are setting up promoted tweets, if you go through the ads manager and you promote the tweets, you'll get that limit of 140 characters, no extension. If you post your tweet first on your user page and then you go into the ads manager and boost it, then you get around it. So there is one way around it. So that is good to know. Also, hashtags and off-site links do still count. They had kind of talked about that. It's kind of an argument on if it would count or if it wouldn't count. They do not count, or they do count to the 140 character. So big updates for tweets.
That's kind of a bummer that hashtags and stuff do count, because that's one way besides the paid to promote it, you get your tweet out there in front of people.
Yep, exactly. But those images and videos and polls kind of do take up quite a bit for the character limit. So it is a little more leeway so that you get to say a little more than what you have in the past. So
I know Twitter though is kind of a tactic most people try to use, but they don't really necessarily have a good strategy around it. But if anybody out there is using Twitter to reach campaigns, people, please comment. But Twitter is one topic, and then we're going to move on to the next one here. So Google released a survey recently this week and said, mobile search has become the number one way that people are getting inquiries about products that they want or information that they need. And this is important because it's overpassed social media. People aren't going into stores anymore. They aren't going on the website. And basically, if you want to reach people when they're in the searching process, you want to have a mobile campaign going. So one tip that we started implementing around here is that you can bid lower, so you can eliminate bidding on PC devices so your ads won't show there. And you can still bid on tablets because they're kind of mobile, but tablets aren't seeing the highest conversion rates, so most marketers are kind of downgrading on that too.
yeah, I think there's more of an importance for paying attention to mobile and utilizing that cross-device tracking and making sure that you're utilizing your budget across all devices, because people are not only just sitting on their desktops and like looking at products or doing research, and then they're going into the stores and maybe looking on their phones, or if they're commuting to work on the bus, they're sitting on their phones. So it's really a way to think about how are users and consumers using multiple devices, and they are, and mobile is just increasing more and more for the use from consumers. So it's important to think about.
Yeah, we saw that mobile was going to explode this year, and it sure has lived up to the billing. Google has put a big emphasis on making sure that all websites are mobile responsive, and it's all about a good mobile user experience.
Yeah. And as marketers for ourselves, it's important to think, how much do you use your own, like outside in real life, you use your mobile, like how do you use your mobile? When I'm sitting in the stores and I might be looking up different prices as I'm like looking at shoes, or, I'm researching like tickets for an upcoming event on my mobile while I'm waiting in line to check out, or I'm waiting at the doctor's office in the waiting area. You're using your mobile a lot to do that research.
Yeah.
So, awesome. So our last topic today is going to be Facebook Messenger. They have 2 new features that rolled out this week, kind of just to the US and just to iOS and Android users, so a little limited, but they're just rolling it out and testing these features. There's going to be in-chat polling. So think of it as, how it works is if there's a group messaging, so if you have 2 or more people in a message, you can set up a poll. You might be thinking, I'll never use a poll. Well, think about like when you're trying to make plans with 4 or 5 people to be like, hey, where do we want to go to dinner tomorrow? And people are commenting, and you kind of like lose track, and you like can't really keep up. And so maybe you just want to throw out a poll and be like, hey, where do you want to go to dinner tomorrow? Do you want to go to Red Robin or Olive Garden? And 4 people vote for Red Robin, and 1 person votes for Olive Garden. And that poll's right there. So it kind of keeps your message organized. So if you're a little bit of an OCD person, that might help you. So might ease anxiety. Another feature that they're rolling out is a way to detect when you want to send money. So it's called a Facebook Chat Assist feature. And they said, this machine learning technology analyzes the meaning and intent of words used in conversations. So, a little advanced, a little technical. So if you use like a term like I owe you, so say I'm messaging you, T, and I'm like, hey, I owe you for, you paid for the upcoming, you paid for my coffee this morning, I owe you. Facebook is actually going to track that, and they're going to facilitate a payment they're going to pull up a link under your message that can have me directly send you money. So if you remember, they rolled out peer-to-peer payment in March. So now this is just enhancing it. So if I'm saying to T, I'm like, oh, hey, I owe you money, Facebook is just going to immediately be like, Ashley, here's a link so you can send him money. So send him money now. So very helpful to those people that want to get paid. So 2 really nice features that are going to help enhance the user experience on Facebook Messenger. So really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how marketers can use this and, enhance the features going forward,
When I think it'll advance to like customer service, if I'm messaging with a business and I'm like, hey, I got this product, but it didn't work, or it came to me broken, or it's the wrong size, and maybe that's a way that they can pay you through that way instead of waiting to get paid once you return an item. Or I think it's going to ease a lot for customer service in that means too. So just cool ways of new enhanced features.
Yeah. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all we had today, and I think we're pretty much out of time. I think we're getting close. So this was KMS 10 to 10. If you threw in the comments, in our comment section, throw in a question if you had one, if you're watching this later and you come up with something, or if you have a question about anything digital marketing, we're here to help you. So either throw it in the comment section or tweet at us, hashtag KMS 10 at 10. You get more characters so you can have a longer question. So.
All right. I'm Tabari Ruffin.
And I'm Ashley Adding.
All right. Have a good one,
See you next
guys.
week. Are you excited about the cookies, the mobile cookies next week?
I am, man. This
It's
looks
going to be a YouTube one.
good.
Hopefully they don't dye your teeth.
Blue or pink.